Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught at the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 59 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The first carry now for Jordan Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's brought in by Jeffrey. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They do go for it. It's Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
After the sack on first down, Wentz, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Bound to lose one.
46 down, man, 5-4.
Mike, 51.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on fourth down.
Mike, 54. Mike, 54. Hey, watch the slam. Watch the slam. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All right.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
11.
Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D. Ford. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
54. Mike 54. Hey, tight.
81.
54.
Throwing now is Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Here we go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Garoppolo now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it when...
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Charles, before the game, you and I were looking at the still undefeated teams in the league, and Detroit's technically won at 2-0-1, but let's look at the 3-0 teams. The Bills, Patriots, Chiefs, Cowboys, Rams, 49ers, and Packers. I'm guessing if I ask you who would lose first, you might say Buffalo because they play New England this weekend.
I think you're right about that because that's what you look at. What's the schedule tell us? We know the 49ers are safe because they got an open week coming, so they should be okay on that one.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Wentz. That's caught by Howard. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Eagles on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with John. Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that it was a lot.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, 77 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
11.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to loft one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 45 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
11. Hey, gun.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. D. Ford, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Sunday.
Wentz. Buying time to his left. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. And he finds Howard complete. The 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
20.
Yeah, let's get set.
Hey, rip 5-2, it's on here.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz got him in. Open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 7-yard touchdown grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it, and he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Garoppolo on first down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Timmy Jernigan, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
Here we go.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
One, Omaha.
53 is the mic.
Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Sproles, the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It's a pickup at 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
They go with Howard again. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Back to throw. Wins. That's caught by Jackson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Wentz to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Wentz to throw for it on fourth. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They run again with Breida. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Niners. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
This one, Tim. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Let's go, D.
To throw is Wentz. Flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D Ford in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Ricky. 51, Mike. Mike's 51. Silver. Go, Mike 51,
Now Wentz. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Getting the sack to 227-pound linebacker Quan Alexander. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that.